So what's cracking, y'all? We got another one today. It's a PS5, super broken. Customer says that he took it somewhere else, and honestly, I'm tripping on this one. You'll see in a minute. So, took it somewhere else, had the HDMI port replaced, worked for about 9 months, and then some damage occurred. So let me just get this showing right here real quick. Video mode on. Boom, there we go. Okay, so check this out. Yeah, look at that. Oh my God. Imagine charging money for this. Can you believe that? I think he paid like 160 bucks. So yeah, look at that. First things first, got a big old chunk of the old port here, or maybe even this new port. I don't know what that is. We got a diode missing here. It's an A6. The PS4 uses an A1. They are interchangeable. It is a diode, goes here. We have a small capacitor missing here. I think it is a 3 microfarad or a picofarad capacitor. And of course, we got the typical picofarad capacitor missing here. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. You know, I'm just going to put some flux and remove it. I'm going to start with the process of taking this old port off right away. So fume extractor on. You already know how it is. Drink some coffee. Yeah, so this one is disgusting. I'm actually offended seeing this here, you know? This is trash. And I know the name of the shop that did this. He told me where he went. And it's local to me. It's actually right down the street. And I know the guy. And you know what? I might just burn his ass out because this is unacceptable. But you guys let me know what you think. So, once again, you've seen this all before. Turned on my iron. Got my flux. Got my solder. Just going to flood all these points here. I'm going to flood everything with solder here. Leaded solder. Reduce that overall melting point by diluting the old solder, which is unleaded, just like the gasoline, and then put some leaded to reduce that overall melting point, like I just said, because I did not write anything in advance. This is all off the top. This is freestyle. So check that, check that, check that. Looks good, looks good. Okay, let's see what we got. Disgusting. Turn up the light. There we go. Yeah, man, this is a really bad job. I mean, the fact that he just left it caked full of flux, just as you saw it in the beginning. I mean, come on. Come on now. I'm gonna flip this guy over. So, yeah. Oh, look at the bottom, too. So, I'm surprised those two little components aren't missing, honestly. That's a diode and a cap right there on the bottom. And I believe if you lose those, you don't get a signal. So yeah, if you look at the board, got like some weird burn marks, more flux. Like, damn, bro. Come on now. I feel like calling him out. Alright, so enough shit talking. Let's just see what we can do. So, this will probably be the first time you guys are seeing me do this. But I don't use Kapton tape. I use aluminum tape because it's stickier. It is more resistant to heat. It's cheaper. You can find it anywhere. I mean, try to go to Walmart and look for Kapton tape. Like, nah, you're not gonna find it. But you could probably find this aluminum tape. You probably even find this at the dollar store. I've seen this at the dollar store, actually. Over here we have Dollar Tree. I know some of y'all got Dollar General or whatever that is. We have 99-cent stores over here, and I've seen this tape there. So yeah, it's just straight up aluminum tape. Let's get our flux. Let's drop that on there. Looking nice, looking good, looking sick, looking tight, looking steezy, looking fresh, looking buttery. Alrighty. Come on now. Come on, everybody, it's the hamster dance. a comment if you guys mess with the Eric Andre show. If you guys like Eric Andre, please comment. I like that show a lot. Well, I liked it back in the day when it wasn't all burnt out. Now it's kind of like, if you like it, you're cringe because so many people talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. Eric Andre's cool though. Also the Boondocks. I like the Boondocks a lot. Aaron Magruder. It's surprising that George Lucas saw the Boondocks or read the comic strip and was willing to give him a shot with Red Tails, and that's after Magruder talking smack about the prequels for years, and they both saw eye to eye and came together to work on that project. That was pretty sick. That was pretty sick. Yeah. Just gonna drop it on there. Okay, now let's get some heat on this. There we go. Say this probably a few times in this video in case you guys are watching this and skipping around. That diode, the capacitor, the little tiny capacitor by the port, those are unnecessary for the image to be displayed. What they do down the line schematically, technically, I'm not completely sure, but this customer was getting an image the entire time, even after he got this crappy job from the shop. So you don't need those components. We all basically know you don't need the one that's nearest to the HDMI port, but you don't need to get the diode either. If you really want it, I would buy a parts PS4 Slim 1215A. I don't think the OG model has that diode, but I would get those motherboards and just use those for parts, because you're gonna spend like 25 bucks on just the diode and a couple other capacitors if you buy it in a kit on eBay. And I think it's a better deal if you just get like a $30 or $40 parts motherboard, and then you have a bunch of stuff to pull from. But hey, to each their own. I know of situations right off the top of my head where I'd rather buy the part. You know, some customers want to see receipts, they want to see what parts you use, and I'm always straight up about where I get my parts, and some of them don't want parts from another board, so sure, yeah, if you want me to buy a part and charge you for it, 100%, man, I got you. Hey, let me know if you guys want like the details on my setup. I kind of like the setup, but then I kind of don't like the setup. So if you guys are in the market for some of the stuff that I have on this bench and it's not as good as you might think it is, and you want to hear from someone who's been using it for a while, you know, I could see that. I could see that being valid. I'm just a regular guy, you know. I'm not getting sponsored by anybody. I'm not getting any coupons, discounts, anything. So honest opinions here. I'm gonna try to aid that one ground leg from melting. See what that did. Throw more flex on there. Like Mama always said, put more flex on there. Flex it up. The stone that the builder refused. already coming out. Let's see if she'll fall out by the sheer force of gravity alone. That's what I'd prefer. I don't like risking any broken traces, especially when it's like work that someone else has already tried them. So, come on, please fall out on your own. Let's get more flux on there. Alright, cool. She fell right out. So let's flip this. Cross our fingers, hope no traces got ripped. You guys crossing your fingers? I'm crossing my toes right now. You can't see on camera, but yeah, here we go. Alright, cool. So, as far as I can tell, no rip traces. That pad all the way on the left looks a little sus, but let's see. More flux. Solder wick. No longer sus. Dude, I want to get rid of that random piece of junk. See that thing? It's so annoying. Look at that. You guys are like, how can I not see that thing? Look at this. Come on, man. Come on, player. What the hell? Okay, let's see. Maybe I need to loosen up that solder and then push it out of the way. So, what do you guys usually work on? Retro, Game Boys, restorations, upgrades, mods, repairs? Let me know what y'all do, what y'all want to know, what y'all think. Dude, come on, get off. Dude, maybe there's a reason he didn't remove this thing. You know? I don't want to believe it, but damn. This thing doesn't want to budge. What the hell? Come on now. Not cool, man. Not cool. I don't even know what to do at this point. Put some flux on there. Hey, just so you guys know, before I started filming, I did try to budge that little, this piece. Didn't move, so... Oh man, maybe I should have just pushed a little harder. I just didn't trust it. I didn't trust pushing on that thing with the motherboard cold, because that's when you rip off that green conductive trace, that protective layer of the board. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's get that thing off. In the trash. Where it belongs. Alrighty. Cool. So, this is ugly. I know it's ugly. I might want to clean it. I might want to clean up this solder first. So I'll do that first. The stone that the builder refused. What song do you guys have stuck in your head right now? I feel like Dora the Explorer. I'm like talking to people that aren't there. But I do that all the time. So, you know, whatever. Let's get some new solder on, and then we'll clean. And then we'll throw the new board on and have a good time. Awesome. I always throw a little bit of solder. Well, not always. Not always. But I like to throw solder on the top of these ground pins, because I don't actually remove all the solder from these ground pins. I kind of just leave the old stuff and add new to it, because they're strong enough as is. You don't really want to mess with stuff that works. I mean, the whole port didn't get ripped off the board, so stock is pretty strong. And if there's no point in removing all the old solder, you don't have to do it. Especially if, the people that are watching this, you either like me and you just watch a bunch of research material from random people all the time, which is cool, awesome, I like you, you like me. If you're not like me, that's fine too, whatever. But you might be a beginner if you're watching this. So, yeah, don't try to do the same things that everyone else is doing who has like this microscope camera and a good machine and a good hot air station, all these tools. You might not even have good flux. You might not even have leaded solder. You might have like some random like unleaded silver alloy solder. Or you might be trying to do this job with like plumbing tools from your dad's toolkit. Hopefully he's union, or not. Cool, whatever. But yeah, you might be trying to use a plumbing soldering iron with some plumbing flux, like that water soluble stuff. And that's not gonna work. I've seen it before, never tried it, but you're not gonna get good micro soldering done using that method or those tools. You need the right tools. But if you are a beginner and you don't quite have the right tools, don't try to match dudes like Northridge Fix and Louis Rossman or even the Coder. Because it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen like that. You're gonna be like, oh, like I knocked off this little unnecessary component. I better replace it. Or I scratched off some solder mask on the ground plane, and I'm gonna try to put some UV curable solder mask on there, even though I've never done it before. It's like you might just make a mess, or at worst you'll damage something. And like the whole point is to just get the thing working. If you're in that boat, right? Like I got a reputation on the line, I'm trying to make sure I do this clean, I'm trying to put it on video, so I'm trying to like at least put some effort into it, right? But like, if it's just your personal system and you know you're taking the time to not mess anything up, just get it working and take it from there. So like, if you knock off something unnecessary, don't try to micro solder it with a big old plumbing iron or like some cheap little Amazon adjustable. But those are underrated as hell. Those little adjustable Amazon soldering irons are what I started with. I bought a bunch of kits. I grabbed like my metric ruler to measure the interior diameter of the adjustable wand that I got from Amazon, and it was like 0.6 millimeters or something, and I took that to not 0.6, it's like 6 millimeters, and I took that to eBay and I bought a bunch of tips for it. And with those tips I was able to get started doing this. This was like high school. So yeah, don't sleep on those are good. This is my girlfriend. So what we're doing now is we're just cleaning this up, getting it prepped. We're gonna put that Newport on. Newport. If y'all smoke Newports, like this video, comment, subscribe. My girlfriend didn't think that was funny. Smoking on that Endo, GameCube, Nintendo. Newport. Yeah. Tweezers. Flux. Sometimes I get a little crazy and I put a little bit of flux on the ground pins. I know, spicy, right? I know. But I like to think it aids in the bonding of the metals. The berry bonding. bottom, taking it from the top, heating it up from the bottom. Let's take it from the top. Take it from the top, take it from the top, take it from the top, take it from the top. This is how I rock. Never know when to stop. You know how I chicken. You know how to stop. You know how to stop. Yeah, take it from the top. Take it from the top. Yeah. Party time. Yeah, every day. Doing repairs from South Bay all the way up to San Francisco. Wait, yeah. We don't stop. We don't stop. Yeah. Toronto, Bay Area. You know how to go. Okay, so you see that one's all melted and good. Move on to the other side. Keeping some heat flowing back to the first pins we hit. It's like a game of hot potato. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So here we go. Here we go. Come on. What's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Okay, there's the port. Heat it up a little bit. East Coast romping. Ripping and romping. East New York, shakalaka and conking. Check it out. Alright, cool. That's good. Nice. I like it. You guys like it? I like it. I'm gonna clean it up more. We're not done yet. But I like it. Let's turn this around. Let's get those 19 pins soldered on there. Look, you could full well just clean up and reassemble, but you never know if these have a little bit of movement to them. You don't want to be wiggling the port after you went through all this trouble. So take the extra time, get in there, put some more plugs. Get up in there. Okay. Now that it's all fluxed up, get your iron, clean that tip. Five dog, Q-tip. Big crit. Little bit of solder. Little bit of solder. Yeah, like I said already, those missing components aren't necessary. The customer doesn't want to pay for them, he doesn't want them installed, so I'm doing what he wants. Tell him if he has issues in the future, he can bring it back, and I'll install them for a very low price. I always take care of my clients. He also had a few personal issues that he had to take care of, so I'm trying to help him out as much as possible. He had like some screws missing in here. That other shop did him dirty. So I'm gonna hook him up with some screws, of course. Oh man, I'm messing this up. Oh no. Oh no. What is that? Okay, so I'm gonna clean this off. Man, I don't like how this looks right now. This is a real bad look. Yeah, there's too much solder on there for me to just kind of wick it away with the iron. I'm gonna get in there with a little bit of some of this, which is wick. Keys wick. Greg Letzka K Swiss type beat right here. No skateboarders? No? You guys don't skate? Oh well. No worries. Alright, cool. Touch it up. Okay, I'm gonna test these pins out. Kind of hard to tell. Let me clean it first. No bridges. Alright. This is the worst part, honestly. What do you guys use to clean? Q-tips, toothbrush, special brush, your tongue, fingers? Let me know. There's one guy who's gonna be like, yeah man, I use my toenail clippings, I just like put a little bit of alcohol on them, and it's like you hear so much random stuff. Like people who are like, yeah, if your system has cockroaches, just bag it up and put it in your trunk for a couple days on a hot day. Like, are you serious, bro? Are you like, you're gonna bring it right back in your house after spending a couple days in your trunk? It's like, nah man, no, I left it in there for like 6 months. Cool. You know roaches can survive like years just eating dust and their own feces, right? Like, I mean, there's so much to eat inside of a game system for them. The plastic, the dust, the pet hair, the tar from you smoking that chronic around your game systems, which you really shouldn't be doing. It's gonna mess your system up. I got a system that came in, which I can already tell is gonna have a lot of, you can tell, you can smell it without even opening up the system. You just smell that tar smell. That one is gonna be interesting. Yeah, the only downside to using this flux is that it stains the motherboard a little bit in the ground plane. I'll show you guys in a second. Like, look at this. It like stains it. I mean, some of this was already here, but yeah, I'll be honest. Like, my flux did stain this board, but that's not going to do anything. Plus, it's on the ground plane. Like, it's the ground plane. Relax. Like, I'd rather be straight up with you guys and provoke a discussion or a debate than just tell you guys, no, you have to clean up everything. You can't stain the board. It's like, no, man, be real. Because that's how you get people who are so paranoid when they get into their systems that they break something because they're a beginner and they're intimidated. But if you're straight up with them and you tell them, hey, man, just do what you gotta do. Yeah, look at all that damage from that piece that was stuck there. Look at that. Jesus. But see, look, I'm gonna tell you straight up, that's not gonna impact performance in any way. It's not. Just worried about all this missing stuff. He said it worked. He said it worked before. The other shop removed those components, or maybe he damaged it so much the first time that those parts got pushed out, which I've seen. But I'm gonna blame the shop because he left all that flux there and that part of the HDMI port just sitting there. I cannot fathom how he was cool with just doing that. That's not cool. Make sure you clean up everything, make sure everything's dry. Boo-hoo, Scooby-Doo, what we do. Set it off. Bomb atomically, Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses. Kid to final, I be dropping these mockeries. Lyrically perform armed robbery. Flee with the lottery. Possibly they spotted me. Battlestar Shogun. Explosive is the best, is tremendous. Ultraviolet shine blind forensics. I inspect you to the future sea millennium. Killer bees sold 50 gold, 60 platinum. Shackling the masses with drastic rap tactics. Graphic display melts the steel like blacksmiths. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. Alright. This looks pretty good. That's just a little flake of, I don't know, something burned. I don't know. That is okay. Right there, that's okay. I might clean that. Looks a little sus. But I think that's ground. So, yeah. Pretty sure that's ground. If those little arrows test to ground, then I'm cool with leaving that little blob of solder right here. Totally cool with that. So multimeter on deck, ready to go right here, right by my soldering station. It's a Fluke 376FC because I'm an electrician, so I like to buy good shit. Yep. Alright, now that it's kind of clean, we are going to test these pins, make sure they don't move. First, take a look, make sure they're not bridged. I don't see any bridges. London Bridge is falling down. London calling. Forget it, brother, you can go it alone. London calling. The ice age is coming. The sun's coming out. Alright, so flip it. Okay, cool. So here is the tape. Just gonna rip this off. I might put some alcohol first, actually, because I'm one of those guys. Hey, homie, don't be one of those fools, huh? Just putting alcohol on everything? Damn. Damn, fool, you just put alcohol on everything, don't you? Fool, I can't even watch your videos, fool. All you do is put alcohol on everything. Damn, fool. Are you serious? Serio, homie, serio. Okay. Warning, warning. Another sighting from the food file. Saca la bolsita. Make sure you clean it up. Now you guys see why I said I use like 10, 15 Q-tips per repair. I like to clean. It's the best, worst part of the repair. Saca la bolsita. Dude, I went to my first hockey game last week. It was so sick. Dudes fighting on the ice, like colliding at, what, like 20 miles an hour? Crazy shots. Trick shots. Sick. San Diego. No, San Diego hockey team. It's gnarly. What, do they practice on the beach? Like, what? How do we have a good hockey team? Some of you guys from Canada or Russia are going to be like, yeah, you guys have an ass hockey team. I don't know what you're talking about. But see, I don't know nothing about it. Ask me about skateboarding, though. Like Magic Houston? I mean, he's sick. People hate on him, but he's dope. Not going to lie, though, I have nostalgia for, like, Dread Nigel winning all the early street leagues. That was crazy. Just a regular working class kid, came up through skateboarding. Who doesn't love that story, you know? Like, Ryan Sheckler was super rich. And people just hate on him because he lied about backside flipping El Toro and tray flipping it. But, like, who cares? Hey, nobody told me which one they preferred, Q-tips or a toothbrush, so I'm using both. I'm just gonna go ahead and use both. None of y'all wanted to answer me, so. No longer sticky. There are a couple little marks here I was trying to get off for a while. I don't know if you could see them. I was trying to get them off forever. They would not come off, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. It's pretty clean, honestly. Ooh, I might want to clean that up. Yeah, let's get that. It's hard to tell with the naked eye, but under the microscope you can see all this stuff easily. So cool. All right. Let's clean all this up. you guys should check out the band CD Ghost right now while you're just watching. Cool band. Also, I Dress and Mint Hole. Those are good. Crystal Castles, of course, always slaps. I've been really into drum and bass, like 90s drum and bass. Jungle. This stuff's awesome. A hot, like, new drum and bass artist is like Anthony One and Exodia. Those guys are sick. They make music that'll make you want to go skydiving, then like mountain biking, and then work all day and not even break a sweat. It's like meth for your mind. Okay. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, cool. Now let's reassemble this baby and see if it works.